Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Torb Draws, the series where I draw things. Today I thought I would do some clothed figures, because I've just been doing naked ones so far, or semi-naked with like underwear and stuff. I like clothed figures. Obviously I like clothes as well. I'm going to start off with the head. That's usually how I do it. I hear there's actually people who don't, which I do not understand them. Might be gray aliens. At least that's the vibe I get. Yeah. This isn't the first thing I've drawn today, so I'm pretty warmed up. I was trying to practice painting, so I wanted to move on a little bit from the figure drawing. But it's actually proved to be very difficult for me. Just because I haven't really built up my painting techniques with the tablet. Obviously, painting with the mouse is definitely a lot different from a tablet. Crap, this figure looks super duper masculine. Guess I'll make the head bigger. Should do it. Oh, drop my tablet. Or drop my pen. There we go. Oh no. Are you serious? Somehow the eraser became the pen. This is annoying. There we go. Anyways. Yep, I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit, but it's definitely proving to be an interesting challenge. Let's see. There we go. Usually with the mouse, what I would do is this sort of complicated game. I'd block in certain parts and then go back and forth and quickly like select to sort of give the impression of like blending, like a soft edge. Which sounds intensive, but wasn't really that big of a deal. It's the easiest way I figured out how to do it. I think I need to be a little bolder with my lines. Getting a little chicken scratchy. Yeah, this should be good enough. Typically with figures, at least from what I've heard and how I generally do it when I remember, it's better to draw them naked underneath the clothes and then add the clothes. I say naked, like kind of mannequinized is good enough, I think. Be really wacky to go the full shebang on that front. Just blocking in the hair. Give me a cleaner image of it. I think the hip flares this way, actually. Yep. I'd paint a little sphere and whatnot, torso. I actually got into an argument with other artists. Well, plural arguments. Nothing like hostile, it's debate, I guess you could call it. It's low stakes, just friendly conversation. Apparently, one of them calls I'm gonna just doodle the shape. Like this shape here, which I'm butchering, but you get it. This boxy shape here, a cuboid. I thought this was wild. I'd always heard of it as rectangular prisms. Yeah, I don't know if that's just where I was educated or not. It's like a regional thing, or if he just has like a weird vocabulary. That's what we argued about that and about tablet stuff. So I was just shit posting about how mouse is superior to the tablet in every way, which obviously isn't really my opinion, but feels good to vent the frustrations. Okay, these boobs are god awful. They're passable enough for drawing a bunch of clothes on them, though, so whatever. Okay. I get a line to the leg, or the plural legs. This figure is probably going to need a lot of refinement to get proper, but that's just the way things go sometimes. I tried live streaming pretty recently. I figured I would talk about that too, my work on this. It was interesting. It took a bit to set up. For example, in order to live stream on YouTube, you need to hit the I want to live stream button, and then it literally makes you wait for like 24 hours before it unlocks the ability to. On top of having like your account verified and everything. So it was pretty good that I had the foresight to try it out in advance before I actually pulled the trigger on it. You know? Because that would have been a real awkward time crunch. I ended up live streaming my D&D campaign, which, no pressure to watch. I'm just bringing it up as a conversational topic. It was pretty good. It's a neat experience. I will say, I got a little bit trolled. Not like intentionally, but for the entire live stream, I was like bouncing back and forth between like 3 windows, right? There's the window where the shit's actually happening on screen, and then my DM window of Roll20. And I have my DM window separate so that it doesn't like spoil a bunch of off-screen stuff. And then I have the stream window as well, which is its own like web page. And my notes also, which have to be on this other monitor as well. I'm just drawing like little planks. So I was playing this little dancing, plate spinning act where I was just bouncing between all 4 of these screens over and over. And stuff started to get more honed in and focused in the actual D&D a few hours in or something. I don't know how to describe it. I was in the zone, I guess I would say. And just making the figure softer so I can do another pass. Yeah, I was in the zone, and there's like no comments for the first like 3 hours. And then finally, and you know, this is after me like checking like 20 bajillion times. And finally, after like, I don't know, 3 or so, like someone actually popped in and said hi, but I was too focused at the time to actually notice the message and respond. It was wacky. I feel kind of bad. They're like, hey, what's up? They're just kind of left hanging. There's actually 2 people. Still, I'm not like disheartened or anything. I think that's normal for when you're starting out and stuff. But I thought it was kind of funny. Right, I think I'm gonna fix the proportions while drawing clothes. Just have this mannequin as like a base to work off of. Not gonna make myself beholden to it because I think it's a little bit off. Okay. Clothes follows the arm here. Awesome. Get rid of this little extra scritchy line. Yeah, get out of here. There we go. Good enough. Okay. Sure, actually, or this person's wearing like a skirt, which I think is very high up on their body, which is interesting. I always sort of imagined skirts to be all like exactly on the hips every time, which I think I drew it a little low. I'm gonna erase this. There we go. Apparently a lot of them are just on the stomach. There we go. Just kind of interesting. I think I drew the legs a little bit too thick. And this arm is a little low. So I'll fix that up. One thing I like about clothing drawing is it gives a nice simplified silhouette, which really helps me verify it's the proportions of the piece pretty often. Also give something interesting to draw, and also you can be a little abstract with it, like you don't have to make the wrinkles match perfectly. Just kind of go nuts with it. Which is cool. In many ways, it's a little bit lower effort than a naked figure once you get used to it. This is definitely a change of pace from like usually with the human body you like work off of landmarks and sort of verify your proportions. That I think, you know, like, ooh, here's the clavicle, here's the head, here's the rib cage, the parts you can see. Oh, here's the hip bumpy points, etc., etc. It's less of a, it's more of like a relative thing, whereas the clothes are just more like identifying shapes, building them. Okay, arms a little bit thick. I think the hand is more like this. There we go. That looks right. Continues up. I don't know if I'm gonna stream the art stuff. It would be a pretty good candidate because, well, for a variety of reasons. For one, I don't think my internet's quite popping enough to do like a first-person shooter or something. In terms of streaming, there's like a bit rate that you end up outputting, which is like how much information there is. And how the software works is it kind of like, if something doesn't change, right? Like let's say there's a person and there's dancing and there's a house in the background, right? The software will like somehow magically like keep all the pixels that are the same and try to only change the stuff that's changing. So with the first person shooter, when you're like looking around, that's the environment changing, stuff like that. Makes it more demanding on a PC. It also is true of file size, too. Like my World of Horror videos have a lot less change in them, so their file sizes are much smaller. With drawing, I think very little changes at a time, right? Just whatever my mouse is touching. Like, there's this figure who's changing, but, you know, the whole, like, screen is basically one color. On top of that, most of the figure is perfectly still. So that's reason A, that would be pretty good stream material. Also, it's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion. I think I've said this in a previous episode, to come up with things, talk about when there's no like input. So having a chat to bounce off of probably help with that. I think that's how streamers do it, like talk friggin' 10 hours a day or some shit. It's just all just bouncing off chat. Which makes sense. Okay. I think I want to indicate the curve of the leg a little more, so I'm gonna also, this looks like crap, so boom, let's get that out of there. Let's clean this skirt up. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Make the thigh, the calf a little bit less thick as well. Match the figure in the drawing. It's kind of awkward. This person's wearing high heels, which definitely puts the foot at an unusual angle for me. Normally I just kind of lightly indicate the foot anyway, though, so it is what it is. It's not the worst thing in the world. Just gonna draw this and boom. There we go. Guess circling back to the art stuff. I was getting a little success when I was trying to emulate my mouse style a bit. I also discovered the wonders of working on layer, which I very minimally did with the mouse, kind of. Well, I say very minimally. For line work, I'd usually put on another layer, but oftentimes I wouldn't. So that sort of helped out. I kind of get why people do 10 bajillion layers. There we go. You know, to challenge myself, maybe I will try to, not paint the figure, because then it's gonna just look like dog shit at my current phase of development. I could color it in. So I probably could refine the hands a little bit. So that kind of looks like it's kind of dog shitty. So might as well zoom in very slightly so I have more space to work with. Let's get this hand rolling. Let's make this ever so faint as well. Awesome. Well, okay. Not the best hand I've drawn, but I am still working on my precision. It's quite an interesting hand pose, too. It actually goes like this. This person's like holding. They've got this like crappy looking purse. I mean, not crappy in like monetary sense, but the handle literally looks like this. So it looks like feels like this person's just holding like a shopping bag that someone filled up. You know, little like crappy plastic ones? That's the vibe this purse gives me. I'm just gonna scribble that in. I'll work on the other hand too. Looks like the wrist is angled this way. Thumb is pinching the skirt. The hand is actually like a triangle. There we go. Clean this up. Alright, did I fuck these hands up? No, they look about as fine as the rest of the figure. It's a work in progress. Rome wasn't built in a day, after all. Just gonna make the lines a little bit darker. Yeah. The head's a little bit small. So I'm gonna just grab my mouse and make that larger because I think it looks pretty okay. Boom. Man, I fucked up the selection. God damn it. Oh, Jesus. Can I? Yeah, I can. I can add a little more. There we go. So this person's head is actually supposed to be like, I'm gonna say 30% bigger. Can I make this square? Oh, crap. I don't know whatever button is needed. Let's see. Might be a little big. There we go. I think that looks about right. Yeah, good enough. Oh no, got the wrong tool selected. Shit, totally. Select the paint tool. There we go. Alright, do I have anything selected? I do not. Alright, can make a nice clean-ish line. So it looks less like a doodle. Oh, redoing this one. Alright, indicate the shoulder, the little boopy doop. Okay. Reasonable enough. I think also his torso is actually supposed to be very slightly longer, which means I was right the first time with my skirt placement. Just kind of messed it up a little bit. Which happens. Nothing to fret about. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's reasonable enough. Now just color it in. It's a dark shirt. I'm just going to do gray. I'm going to do it on another layer so I don't mess up my line work. Oh, this is going to be hard as hell. I think I need a slightly bigger brush. 40 pixels should do it. I'm going to get in a little closer so I can carefully just trace in without going over the lines too much. Awesome. Then it's blue for the skirt itself. Oh no, I bled into the friggin' shirt. Damn it. Okay, there we go. Just gonna work from the edges and make my way to the center. So I can go a little more nuts. Alright. I think the leg should be a little longer too. Always check your proportions as you go through the piece. Will help you greatly. Eventually, hopefully, as you get better, you can eyeball them a little bit easier. I know when I started figure drawing, there's definitely a lot more of this going over and over piece stuff. Cool. Looks okay enough. At least proportionally speaking. Definitely a bit of a hard one to work with, since most of the landmarks are covered up. But reasonable enough. Just gonna block in a little bit more of the hair. Jesus, that looks like fucking grudge hair. Okay, circle scribble's definitely not the way to go about hatching scribbles. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. A little bit of a slower figure this time, but there's nothing wrong with taking your time with it. It's baby steps to a bigger whole. Let me get rid of this garbage near this thing. Alright, come on. 1000 pixel wide. 100% opacity. There we go. Nice. Nice. I'm not gonna say clean, but you know what I mean. A nice figure in a nice little void. As many figures are located, probably the vast majority of figures. Anyways, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time for more Torb draws. Goodbye!